The SEC brought 3 lawsuits. They brought a lawsuit against Chris Larson, the co-founder of Ripple. They brought a lawsuit against me, and they brought a lawsuit against Ripple. They lost the lawsuit against Chris Larson. They lost the lawsuit against me personally. And Ripple mostly won the case that they brought against Ripple.
Ripple has finally beaten Gary Gensler. XRP has just won a landmark case against the SEC. XRP is not a security, according to court ruling. Or is it? Make no mistake about it, this verdict is huge for crypto. But technically, the final verdict is as follows. The XRP token being sold to retail investors on exchanges, not a security. However, XRP token being sold to institutional investors is a security. Understand this, although the decision is nuanced, the verdict is a clear win for Ripple and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole.
The SEC brought 3 lawsuits. They brought a lawsuit against Chris Larson, the co-founder of Ripple. They brought a lawsuit against me, and they brought a lawsuit against Ripple. They lost the lawsuit against Chris Larson. They lost the lawsuit against me personally. And Ripple mostly won the case that they brought against Ripple. And so there's one narrow piece, and the SEC, in my judgment, and as certainly many are reacting, the SEC clearly lost as a matter of law. And the judge wrote, XRP is not a security as a kind of intrinsic thing. In certain circumstances, which is kind of a narrow definition around institutional sales, it could be a security. So look, the market reacted in a very positive way. Certainly Team Ripple is very happy with the decision. And Coinbase is up 25% yesterday. The value of XRP is up somewhere between 50 and 80%. So the market has reacted as a clear win both for Ripple and for the industry.
Billionaire crypto investor Mike Novogratz explains why this is a win for crypto and what this means.
No, it was a big, big win for Ripple, and it was a big, big win for the crypto community. Let's not let Gary Gensler put lipstick on a pig. They lost, and they know it. At best, the judge said, if the SEC wants to litigate, you're going to have to litigate every token separately and every use of that token separately. And so the current status quo isn't going to work for the SEC.
Gary Gensler is not too happy with the final verdict. He says he's going to continue to take action against the cryptocurrency industry. Specifically, Gary says the sale of XRP to institutional investors is considered a security. He takes that as a big win under the SEC's belt. However, he says that the sale of XRP on exchanges to retail investors not being a security, he's really disappointed at the judge for that.
How does the federal court ruling last week in the Ripple case impact your stance toward digital asset regulation? Does it inject urgency into the need for federal legislation to clarify regulatory oversight of this industry?
Look, our mission remains exactly what I spoke about earlier, about investor protection, promoting capital formation, and the markets in the middle. This is a recent decision, just a handful of days ago. We were pleased from that decision, recognizing the importance of protecting investors on the institutional investors in that, and that the court movement with regard to fair notice. And while disappointed on what they said about retail investors, we're still looking at it and assessing that opinion.
The big question is, can Gary Gensler appeal this decision? Can Gary Gensler use what's left of his insider connections to try to overturn the ruling?
They could appeal. Appeals take a long time. We can stay in court for years. But I think the message that I want to give that is really clear was what Gary has been saying, that the rules are clear, just isn't true. It's not true at all. And that judge said that exactly. This is really complicated. We need regulation that makes things clear. It's not that complicated.
What I'm looking for is the legal decisions, verdicts, and precedents that will be set next.
It has to force the Democrats, the White House, and Gensler to the table to start negotiating fair rules.
CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, has a lot to say on this. He's been involved in this court case for years. Here he gives his take on what this means for XRP and the crypto industry as a whole. Listen to this.
What is the direct impact for your company, Ripple, and for the broader crypto industry right now?
Well, 2.5 years ago when the SEC first sued us, we said publicly that this wasn't just an attack on Ripple, it was an attack on the entire crypto industry. And I think we did see that play out with the SEC getting more and more aggressive and really trying to regulate through enforcement, which we clearly don't think is a healthy way to do it. I think this is a huge win, not just for Ripple, but for the whole industry. I think it really is the first time the SEC has lost a crypto case, and really puts the SEC, some of the SEC's narrative and comments that they make publicly about all of these digital assets being securities. It puts that in check, and I think in a very good way. And hopefully it also drives the legislative process, because it doesn't make sense to try to regulate this through enforcement, but rather let's have clear laws about this that allow rules of the road for all entrepreneurs.
Make sure you make an account on Bitget, sponsor of our channel, for a chance to win over $5,000 in prizes completing different tasks. You must be outside the US to make an account. Now, different new prize competition just announced. In addition to the $5,000 plus in prizes for doing the normal tasks, today you can join and share a $100,000 prize pool, again, for completing certain tasks. And you choose which tasks you want to complete. Each task completed is one more chance to win the big prizes. So KYC not required, it's optional. But if you do KYC, you have one more chance to spin the wheel. You can win MacBook Air M2 computer, 2K Amazon voucher, etc., big prizes. So the different tasks you can do to win $100,000 in prizes: complete KYC verification, you get one additional chance. First time deposit over $200, get one additional chance. $50,000 trading volume, you get one more chance to win the $100,000 in prizes. Complete first time copy trading trade, get one more chance. Complete first-time deposit via P2P, get one more chance. Complete first-time deposit via bank deposit, get one more chance. Complete first-time deposit via debit credit card, get one chance. Subscribe to SharkFin Earn, get a chance. Subscribe to BGB Earn and get one chance. Now, all of these are not mandatory to be up for the prizes. It's up for you. It's up to you for how much you do, for how many chances you want to get the big prize. Bitget is a leading spot and derivative exchange, certainly one of the best places to trade. If you don't have an account, use our link below, make an account. Bitget is a top 5 derivative exchange in the world, a top 10 spot exchange in the world. They are the largest and leading spot and futures copy trading platform. They have 8 million users in more than 100 countries. They have a $300 million protection fund, second only to Binance, I believe. They do Merkle Tree proof of reserves. They partnered with Lionel Messi. Hurry up, create an account, link below. First 1,000 people who use our link get special bonuses. Buy and trade crypto at Bitget Exchange. So is Ripple affected in any way based on the nuanced part of the verdict? XRP sales to institutions are securities. Is Ripple going to change in any way based on this?
So the institutional sales ends up being, from the broad perspective, I don't want to say inconsequential, but it's the smallest piece. And I think in some ways it's ironic. The mission statement of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is to protect investors. They went after Ripple, suggesting that, all kinds of things, everything we were doing was selling an unregistered security. And the judge really very clearly said, sales through exchanges, not a security. When it's used for compensation, not a security. When it's used for incentives around the overall XRP ecosystem, not a security. So, we have already moved a lot of our activity, and frankly, 95% of our customers are non-US. So a lot of our activity has been outside the US jurisdiction because that's where our customer demand is. But I think that's where the US is losing. And I think what the SEC has been trying to do is to put power and politics over what is really just sound policy and providing clear rules of the road such that entrepreneurs and investors can participate in this amazing new market around crypto and blockchain technologies.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel. There's a lot more to report on this and the cryptocurrency industry as a large. We put out one video every day, keeping you informed. Subscribe for daily content. Prepare for big exchanges to start listing XRP for the first time or XRP again. We're already seeing this happen.
Those are decisions made by the exchanges. When the lawsuit was first filed, a lot of the exchanges in the United States just said, look, we're going to wait and see what happens. And it's really because of the confusion that the SEC, in my judgment, had sowed in the market. They were increasing confusion in the market. And even as part of this lawsuit, the discovery process we saw is that they knew there was confusion, and they actually did things that they knew would increase confusion. And the only reason to do that is because this confusion actually masquerades as power to the SEC. But John, as you pointed out, just in the last 24 hours, all of the major U.S. exchanges, whether it's Bitstamp, Gemini, Kraken, Coinbase, have either relisted or publicly announced their intent to list XRP because there now is clarity. The clarity is XRP is not a security as judged by the United States. Of course, ironically, no other country on the planet thought that XRP was a security, but it's nice to have that clarity now for the market here in the United States.